our attention as the deciding agency and not provided discovery to us in a timely fashion. With that, we thereby were precluded from providing discovery to him in a timely fashion. From that point, we deemed it appropriate to grant the appeal without objection.
Okay.
From that point, he had filed a motion to, after the appeal was granted, the order signed, Mr. Stillwell had filed a motion for reimbursement of costs for his appeal. Our response to that was the district court was not the proper venue. Judge Bear, after having heard that argument, remanded the case back down to here for your review.
Okay.
I'm not too sure if the court was given the copies of the order, but I can provide copies.
I do, well, let me take a look. I do not. What is the exact, what happened? So the appeal was granted, so his conviction is overturned?
That's correct.
Okay, so now you're asking for your money back?
That's correct.
Okay.
And so Mr. Still would have to, with the process now, if the court is willing to hear it, Mr. Still will have to refile his motion in the lower court for your review.
You're asking for it, right? You're asking for the $637 back.
I'm actually asking for a total of, let me get my glasses, eyesight's getting bad.
That's okay.
Looks like,
Do you have an order from that?
and I did do a record of disbursements. I looked for it earlier today, and it doesn't seem like I have it with me.
Okay.
But it's like 1,300 and something, 1,133.47, and that's covered under statute 176.115 in the award of cost of the action when it appears that the prosecution was either malicious or without probable cause, and when I did my my motion for the award of cost of the action, it was the only opposition that the city did provide was that we were in the wrong jurisdiction. It wasn't that we're in the wrong courtroom. It wasn't any opposition on the merits or anything like that. And
Okay, I have in my hand the order from the district court, so I'm going to take a minute to review that.
certainly, yeah.
I will tell you that it is unusual for, in a criminal case, to seek anything additional as far as what costs there might be with respect to, you going forward with an appeal. I certainly understand you wanting the fine back, which you were, that was imposed in light of this. I do understand that request, the $637. I believe that might have been set as an appeal bond, but I do not recall, because you ended up paying it, or you had to pay that. So let me just take a look here.
I add something, Your Honor.
No, not right this second. Okay. What else would you like to say, Mr. Stillwell?
Well, there's two things. One thing is that the city, prior to, even though I was bringing up about the discovery and everything like that,
Okay.
and the judge asked them for that, they still insisted that I pay for transcripts and things, right?
So that's the normal cost of the process. If you're going to file an appeal, you do have to pay for the transcript of what happened in lower court. Everybody has to do that. And if you're found to be indigent, that would be one thing, but it doesn't look like that was the case. So.
Right. But those were costs that were incurred by me. So, and then the other thing is on July 12th of this last year, of 2012, we were in Judge Gates' court, Department 5 in District Court, where the city was ordered to fulfill my whole discovery request. I still haven't received the order. I don't know if the city even wrote the order, but it's in the minutes. The judge ordered them, and I received 2 pieces of paper from Mr. Detmeyer, and that's it.
Okay, let me stop you there, Mr. Stillwell. Mr. Detmer, we're past the fact now, but I would like to know, was everything provided to Mr. Stillwell that you were able to to obtain?
By my recollection, with my last contact with the citing agency, all the information was provided to us now, which has now been provided to Mr. Stillwell. It's my full intent to double check that, make sure, because I don't want there to be any more misunderstandings or stuff not being produced. I'll double, triple check it, but my understanding is he has everything at this time.
Okay. All right.
It's been 6 months since that order, and I've been
Mr.
in contact
Stillwell.
with the chief of NHP, and he's telling me that all that he has to do is email him, and he'll send this stuff to him in an email.
Okay,
That's
and I believe that what the city attorney, deputy city attorney is explaining is that he has everything now, even though it is after the fact, that he's provided to you. So, I am not going to rehash everything. I understand your request. Is there anything else we need to address as far as this?
As far as
Your request to be reimbursed. Anything with respect to that? Not the discovery, not everything that you thought went wrong in the case. I'm talking about your request today to be reimbursed for monetary expenses.
No, I just asked that the court, pay the $1,133 or the
Okay.
city or whoever's supposed to pay that.
Okay, I am not going to award $1,000, okay? I don't think that that's appropriate because anyone else in your position would not necessarily be able to request every expense that you went through in the course of this process. I think it's fair to return what you paid as far as the $637 goes, but that's as far as we're gonna go. So, $637 will be reimbursed. I do not recall the form in which you paid that. If it was a credit card, I'm not sure how we have to recount that, but at a minimum, it would be sent back to you in the form of a check. So I'd like to make sure we have your correct address and information. It was a Discover card. Can we reimburse that? So it would be reimbursed to the credit card that was paid. Was it a third party or was it yourself that
It was
paid it?
myself.
Okay, so it'll get credited back to you, and your case is dismissed. Is that what it is?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and then the case is dismissed here. That's part
So
of,
this is my hearing?
this is your hearing. I don't want to drag you back here again. I believe I understand what you're requesting. I'm not asking to see your itemization. I understand that you feel the whole process shouldn't have happened. That's why you're asking for transcript costs. But people who elect to file an appeal, that's part of the process. They do have to go through that. I don't go back in time and revisit what should have been known or could have known or whatever at the time. The prosecutor, and according to the order, it didn't make any finding with respect to any willfulness on the part of the agency. So as far as this process is going, your charge is dismissed and I'm reimbursing the $637, which will go back to your Discover card. So beyond that, that's how this case would get resolved today. So if you want additional information, you can certainly go about trying to do that, but I believe that whatever information Mr. Detmer has in his file, and you can have another conversation with Mr. Stillwell this morning if you folks need to do that, he's indicating everything that he now has, he's turned over to you. So that's where we're at.
Well, if I didn't fulfill the order that judge had told me, I'd be in a onesie and handcuffs going across the street, and I'm at a loss as to why it's been almost 2 years and I can't get my discovery request still, and multiple orders.
Okay, well, my response to that is your request has been satisfied according to what they have provided to you. So,
Is this an appealable judgment, Your Honor?
well, I can't give you advice on that. I can tell you that you're always free to talk to an attorney if you would like to do that. You're doing a good job yourself, representing yourself, but if you want further advice, I can't, as the judge, give that to you. But as far as what happened here, this is how I'm going to resolve your case here in this court, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks for that to get reimbursed.
Right.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you.